Guys, we know we're destined for more. We know we have more in us. So how do we do it? Number one, I want you to ask a few questions. We're going to move more into action here shortly, but this is where it starts. Number one, what am I doing when time moves the fastest? What am I doing when time moves the fastest? Because if you're fully present and engaged in something, then you know that it's taking all of your attention and you aren't focused on what else you have going on, what's going to happen in the future, what's happened in the past. You are fully present in the moment. What are you doing when time moves the fastest? Number two, what are you doing that people are continually asking you for advice on? Maybe it's photography. Maybe it's marketing. Maybe it's gardening. Maybe it's firearms training. Maybe it's some sort of proficiency with work. Maybe it's learning how to speak better in public. Maybe it's some sort of digital organizational, physical space organization. Maybe it's some method of art, whether it's music or film or theater. It really doesn't matter. The point that I'm making here is I don't want you to disqualify anything that you might do if people are continually asking you for advice about it. Because what often ends up happening is they see that there's something in you that you have a hard time recognizing yourself. And we do that a lot of the times if we're really good at something. So for example, I'm a decent communicator. I can take complex ideas, I can break them down, I can repackage and reorganize them and produce them and deliver them in digestible forms like this podcast. So people often ask me for advice. My knee-jerk reaction, as is anybody's who's good at something, is that's not a big deal. Well, it doesn't feel like a big deal to you because it is a gift. It's a talent that you have, and hopefully you've developed it. But for other people, they don't have that same talent. And so they're recognizing something in you that you might think inherently comes naturally or that everybody has. And I'll tell you what, if people are asking for advice about a thing over and over and over again, you better pay attention because they, again, might see something in you that you don't see yourself. Okay, so number one, again, what are you doing when time moves the fastest? Number two, what are people constantly asking you for advice on? And then the third thing is, what would you do if money were of no concern? All your bills were paid, your mortgage was taken care of, you got your investment portfolio set up, like everything is taken care of. Finances is no longer an issue. And every time I pose this question, guys will make jokes and laugh about it. And like, I get it, but I want you to be serious about this. Like if you know that you don't have a purpose, a meaning, you feel empty and shallow in life, then stop joking about it. Like, well, I would do this thing. It's like, okay, stop. You know what I'm telling you to do. Okay, take this seriously, especially if you feel like you don't have purpose, direction, and meaning in your life. What would you be doing? You know, like guys will say, well, I'd be jacking off all day. Okay, well, clearly that's not in the spirit of the question I'm asking. Like, what would you be doing? Would you be teaching people about business? Would you be serving orphanages? Would you be training firearms? Would you be painting landscapes? Would you be taking pictures of people? Would you be building websites? Would you be building furniture? Like what? And if you can't answer that question, then maybe we're not even to the point that I'm talking about now. You got to find some hobbies, find some activities, find some interest, create some dimension to your life. I mean, how many of us are so one-dimensional? We get up, we, say hello to our wife or our kids, and, we shower and we clean up. Maybe we go to the gym, then we change and we go through this mindless activity of getting ready. And then we go into work and we're miserable at work. And then we come home and the kids are bouncing off the walls and your wife needs you to do 17 things around the house. And then you go to bed and you do it all over again. What a miserable, miserable existence. It's no wonder men are depressed, full of anxiety, and even suicidal. Because you've got to create some dimension. You've got to create some edges to your life. Make life interesting, guys, so that you can answer the question, what would you be doing if money were of no concern? If you figure that out, man. And then the last thing that I want to share with you, because it's, again, this is so important that we get the mental side of this right. What injustices do you see in the world? There's certain injustices that you see. There's certain challenges that you see in the world. There's certain struggles. There's certain issues that you wish weren't present. Maybe you experienced those yourself when you were a young boy or young child. Maybe you've recently gone through something that you don't want other people to experience. And because you have that perspective, You might be able to share something with somebody so they don't experience that, whether it's with the family, professionally, personally, in the community, in the neighborhood, politics, local politics, national politics. There's issues. There's things that fire you up. There's things that keep you up at night. There's things that you're upset about. And you're upset about those things because you've dealt with them probably, and you've had to deal with them, and you've had to find ways to overcome them. So if you've done that, you can certainly teach other people how to do that. And that's a pretty good little indicator that there's something that you are here on this planet for. And I do believe that we are here. I don't think this is an accident. I think there's a lot of intentionality behind God putting us here in this time, in this moment, with the skill sets that we have. And we're meant to share those things with the world. We're not supposed to hide our light, as the Bible may say. We're supposed to share, burn brightly, and share those things with the world. What is it that fires you up? What solutions do you have? What experiences are you familiar with? And how can you use that information to serve other people?